The ocean had a way of speaking to me. On my first morning in the villa, a $2 million stretch of paradise perched on a cliffside with glass walls, and a view so wide it seemed to hold the horizon in its hands. I believed I had finally earned silence, true, undisturbed silence. The kind that sinks into your bones and tells you, now you can rest. Sunlight spilled across my new living room, painting soft golden stripes across the marble floor. The air smelled faintly of sea salt, and the cedarwood polish used by the contractors, who'd finished the house only 2 weeks prior. Everything was new, untouched, perfect. I'd spent 37 years running my construction company, waking at 4 every morning, juggling payroll, clients, and crises. When I sold the business, people congratulated me, but they didn't understand that the real victory wasn't the money. It was the peace I intended to buy with it. And this villa, this was the crown jewel of that peace. I brewed my coffee slowly, savoring each step, grinding the beans, heating the kettle, watching the steam rise gently, like breath on a cold morning. The ritual of it reminded me I was alive and finally free. I carried the mug to the terrace, sat in the teak chair overlooking the endless blue, and inhaled deeply. Then my phone rang. At first I ignored it. Then it rang again and again. Reluctantly I checked the screen. Son-in-law. Of all the people. I loved my daughter, but her husband Thomas well. He was the type of man who thought politeness was optional, and generosity was owed to him by the universe. I had tolerated him for her sake, always biting my tongue, always stepping aside when he pushed boundaries. He was the kind of person who could walk into your home, eat your food, use your things, and leave without a single thank you. The phone kept vibrating. With a sigh, I answered. "Dad?" he barked, as if calling across a football field. "Hey, good news." I winced at the volume. "Good morning to you, too." He didn't hear me, or pretended not to. "So listen," he continued cheerfully, "we heard about your new place, the villa on the ocean. Incredible. Congrats, old man. Old man. He said it the way someone might say servant. "Yes, Thomas," I replied evenly. "I moved in yesterday." "Great timing," he said. I could hear wind in the background, like he was in a car with the windows down. "We're on our way to you right now." I blinked. "On your way to my villa?" "Yep, whole family. We figured it's the perfect time for a little break." "A little how many people?" "Oh." He paused, pretending to count. "Let's see. Me, your daughter, the kids, my brothers, my parents, 3 cousins, their spouses, 15. 15, give or take." I nearly dropped the mug. 15, yeah, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. My villa had 4 guest rooms, 4. Not 15 bodies with luggage, chaos, mess, and demands. "And how long," I asked very slowly, "do you intend to stay?" "Oh, 3 weeks," he answered lightly. "Maybe a bit longer depending on weather. You know how it is." My heart thumped once hard. 3 weeks. 15 people, without warning. "Thomas," I began, choosing each word like stepping carefully across thin ice. "I wasn't informed about this. You cannot just, and listen." He interrupted. "We'll need some things ready. Beds made, towels for everyone, slippers too, and food. I know you probably don't have enough, so go ahead and get groceries. We'll reimburse you later." Reimburse, later. I'd heard that lie too many times already. I felt something dark and heavy settle inside my chest. But beneath the darkness, another sensation sparked, quiet, sharp, almost electric. I knew this feeling. It was the feeling of a plan forming. "What time will you be here?" I asked calmly. 40 minutes, he said. "So hurry up, old man." And he hung up. No goodbye, no thank you, just expectations. I stared at the phone for a long moment, the dial tone still echoing in my mind. Then I set the mug down carefully on the table. The ocean breeze brushed against my skin, cool and steady, like the world itself was watching, waiting for my response. 15 people, 3 weeks, 40 minutes. The peace I had fought a lifetime for snatched away just like that, in under a minute. But then slowly a smile spread across my face. Not a joyful smile, not even a sarcastic one. No, it was the smile of a man who had finally had enough. The smile of someone who would not be trampled anymore. The smile of a father-in-law who was about to teach an entire flock of entitled people a lesson they would never forget. I stood up, cracked my knuckles, and whispered into the empty terrace. "All right, Thomas. If it's war you want, then let's make it interesting." And with that, the silence of my villa shattered, but only to make room for a plan far sweeter than peace ever was. When the call ended and the shock thinned into cold clarity, I felt something inside me shift, not anger, but a sharpened stillness, like the precise moment before a blade cuts through fabric. Thomas thought he was steamrolling me again. He thought age made me weak. He thought kindness meant servitude. He thought the villa, the peace I had earned, was simply another resource for him to drain dry. But this time he would learn what a lifetime of swallowing disrespect had taught me. ***, quiet men do not lack power. Quiet men simply calculate. ***, and I had 40 minutes to calculate a perfect storm. ##*, the preparation begins ***. I moved through the villa like a general surveying his battlefield. The first step was simple. Remove anything they could enjoy, the luxurious plush towels hidden in the locked laundry room, the soft, organic cotton linens, replaced with old, rough spare blankets I kept from my previous home, thin, itchy ones that gave you a rash if you breathed wrong. The gourmet snacks stocked for my first week alone, gone. In their place, I arranged a dramatic selection of the cheapest crackers and dried beans I could find in my basement pantry. My favorite imported wines locked away. Only cheap, sugary bottles remained on display, bottle caps half open, labels peeling, looking as exhausted as I knew they'd soon feel. Next, I walked through every room adjusting tiny discomforts. * lowered the water pressure in the guest bathroom showers. * removed the expensive bathrobes. * set the air conditioning to automatic energy, saving mode, which meant it would randomly fluctuate between too hot and too cold. * disconnected the terrace speaker system, so their beloved music would never play. All of it subtle, all of it inconvenient, all of it intentional. Then came the masterstroke. ##*, the contract ***. I went to my office. A quiet room with floor-to-ceiling windows and a view of the cliffs. The sunlight fell across my desk like a beacon guiding me. I sat down, opened my laptop, and began typing. ***, temporary guest regulation, contract ****, effective, immediately ***, 7 pages. 7 beautiful, precise, intimidating pages. I wrote with the focus of a man who had been pushed too often, too far, for too long. Every sentence carried a truth I had never said out loud. * you will not disrespect me anymore. ***, you will not use me anymore. ***, you will not treat my home as your playground. ***, the contract included. ###, house maintenance fees $50 per unwashed dish $20 per misplaced item $80 per damaged towel $1 100 for unapproved kitchen use ###, quiet hours ****, 7 p.m. to 10 a.m. enforced noise violation fee $150 per occurrence ###***, pool usage policy ****, only during designated hours temperature adjustments subject to maintenance schedules splashing prohibited. And yes, I intentionally wrote that in ###***, alcohol consumption rules ****, only permitted if purchased through Villa Services ** outside alcohol equals $2. 100 violation fee ###** mandatory daily housekeeping **** $150 per person, unless waived at my discretion. When I finished, I printed 15 copies, one for each of my incoming invaders. I placed them neatly on the marble console table near the front door. The papers looked harmless enough. Almost friendly, but hidden beneath the polite language was razor wire. #****, small touches of revenge ****, time was running short. I went to the kitchen, opened a drawer, and found my label maker. Then I began labeling everything. Villa catering only do not open. Private pantry guests must request access. Appliances subject to use fee. Complimentary water limit 1 cup per day. It took exactly 10 minutes for the villa to look like a strangely cheerful dictatorship. Next, I rearranged the guest rooms. The nicest room went to my daughter and grandchildren. The second room had a portable cot with a dip in the middle. The third room's blinds were stuck half open. The fourth room smelled faintly like the lemon cleaning solution I hadn't fully rinsed. They wanted 15 people to stay here. Fine, but comfort would be a luxury earned, not stolen. ##*, the scent of incoming chaos ***, when everything was ready. I stood on the terrace and listened to the waves crashing below. The sky was turning from pale blue to a deeper, purplish brightness, a sign that the day was shifting. And so was I. Down the road came the first distant hint of noise, engines, laughter, shouting, the unmistakable screech of someone blasting music from a car window. My quiet morning evaporated. They were coming, 15 people, each more oblivious than the last. 15 people ready to devour my peace. 15 people who thought I would bend. I felt my heartbeat steady, not quicken, because they had no idea, not a single clue. They thought I had spent 40 minutes preparing beds, towels, slippers, and food. But no, I had spent 40 minutes preparing a battlefield where every advantage belonged to me. Come on, then. I whispered to the ocean, to the air, to myself. Let the sweet trap begin. ##**, the doorbell rings ****, the moment the bell chimed, I felt the tension shift. The villa was ready, my mind was ready, my patience finally was ready to end. I walked toward the door, each step deliberate, my expression serene. I could already hear them outside. Laughter, voices talking over each other, someone complaining about parking, a child crying, and someone else yelling for snacks. Pandemonium, perfect, because the trap only works when the prey is unaware. I placed my hand on the doorknob, inhaled once, and opened the door with the warmest smile I could muster. "Welcome," I said softly, "to my villa." They cheered, pushed past me, and flooded inside like a tidal wave. But I didn't flinch, because I knew something they didn't. The storm didn't arrive with lightning or thunder. It arrived with bickering. By the middle of the second day, the air inside my villa felt thicker than the ocean fog rolling in from the cliffs. The family that had burst through my door with the enthusiasm of a football team was now dragging themselves from room to room, exhausted, irritated, and more confused with every rule they encountered, and I moved quietly among them like a conductor who knew every note of the chaos he had orchestrated. ##*, the first cracks ***, it started with the pool. The children, always the first to suffer from parental stupidity, had begged to swim since morning. When they finally gathered their courage to dip into the maintenance mode, icy water, their shrieks echoed across the terrace like a chorus of terrified birds. "Jesus, Dad," my daughter gasped, pulling her youngest out of the freezing water. "What's wrong with the pool? It's scheduled for temperature regulation," I replied calmly. "It's in the contract." Her eyes narrowed, not angrily confused. "What contract?" I pointed to the framed copy I had hung next to the sliding glass doors. She blinked at it, as if seeing it for the first time, But Thomas wasn't confused. He was furious. "This is ridiculous." He snapped at me in front of everyone. "You're making this difficult on purpose." "Not at all," I said. "I simply maintain my home properly. It's not my fault the pool is cold. You lowered the temperature. You signed the paper." His face turned red, then purple, then a unique shade of entitled crimson I'd never seen before. The food war around noon. The hunger set in. The first night, they had eaten everything in my refrigerator, everything. It looked like a pack of wolves had trespassed through my kitchen in the dark. But today, when they opened a cabinet expecting snacks, all they found were the villa catering menus. I'd discreetly taped to every cupboard. $18 for a bowl of cereal. One cousin shouted, "It includes service." I said, "It's a bowl, and I bring it to you in a bowl." Outrage rippled through the group like wildfire. "So we can't cook." Another cousin complained, "You can." I said politely, "But there's a kitchen." "Use fee, it's in the contract." "What fee?" they shrieked. $120 per hour. The silence that followed was priceless, the kind of silence that usually precedes a meltdown or a coup. Thomas's mother muttered, "This is extortion." "And this," I reminded them, "is my home." My daughter pulled me aside. "Dad, what are you doing?" "What I should have done years ago," I said softly. She studied me for a long moment. Something sad drifting across her face, perhaps realizations, perhaps regrets. But she said nothing. The night of the cameras that evening, I had tea on the terrace while the moon painted silver reflections across the water. For the first time, I felt slightly guilty, not because I wanted peace, but because my daughter was caught in the crossfire. Then I heard something crash inside, followed by shouting, followed by Thomas's voice barking orders like a commander. I walked inside. The family was huddled in the living room, staring at the large TV screen. They were watching themselves. "On my security cameras," Thomas's voice boomed from the speakers. "Come on, no one will know. Just grab the wine. Old man's asleep." The video clearly showed him and two cousins sneaking into my locked cabinet using a butter knife. It also showed them dropping a bottle. A bottle worth $320. The shattered glass sparkled sadly on camera, like diamonds spilled on the floor. My entire villa was silent. Thomas turned toward me, face pale. You recorded us." I shrugged. "For security reasons, it's in the contract." One cousin gasped. Another whispered, "We're dead." I calmly picked up the clipboard where I kept fees. Broken bottle, $320. Cabinet damage, $150. Unauthorized access, $200 fine. Noise complaint potential, $100. Total due, $770. You can't be serious. Thomas shouted, "You signed the contract." I reminded him, "All of you did." Then, oh, the universe has a sense of humor. The doorbell rang. Outside stood the community security officer. "Sir," he said politely, "we've had 4 noise complaints from your neighbors in the last 2 days. If it continues, fines will be issued." Thomas spun toward me. "You called them." "I didn't," I replied. "Your volume did." At that moment, something broke not in me, but in them. Their entitlement began collapsing like a poorly built house. All the years of taking advantage. All the expectation that I would bend, break, accommodate, or bankroll their laziness. Suddenly, it no longer worked, because I no longer allowed it to work. #***, the mutation into mutiny **** later. That night, as I stepped quietly down the hallway, I heard voices behind the closed guest bedroom doors. "This is insane." A cousin whispered, "We should have stayed in a hotel. I told you he wouldn't let us walk all over him forever. What are we gonna do if he kicks us out? He can't do that, right? He owns the house, idiot." And then, he's not the problem. My daughter said softly, "You all are." Her words cut sharper than any rule I'd written. Thomas growled, Stop taking his side. I'm taking the side of basic respect. She snapped. Silence. Heavy, guilty silence. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. The breaking point asterisk asterisk morning arrived with the smell of someone burning toast. I stepped into the kitchen to find a cousin attempting to use the toaster while Thomas argued with his brother. You go ask him to change the rules. No, you ask. I'm not talking to him again. You're the one who said to come here. Their voices rose higher and higher until the toaster sparked and set off the smoke alarm. Beep, beep, beep. I took out my small notepad. Electrical misuse. I said calmly, $1.50. That was it. Damn broke. I'm done with this. One cousin yelled, throwing his hands up. This place is a nightmare. Your father-in-law is crazy. Thomas slammed his fist on the counter. We're on vacation. You were, I corrected gently. Now you're simply living the consequences of your own behavior. My daughter stepped between us. Everyone stop. She said firmly, this is our fault. No one disagreed, not even Thomas. He looked at her, then at me, then away, ashamed, resentful, confused. He had never faced consequences before. He didn't know how to handle them, and in that moment I understood something. Entitlement doesn't collapse loudly. It collapses quietly in the shocked silence of people who realize the world does not belong to them. Not anymore. Not here. Not in my home. The morning of the 5th day arrived with an unusual quiet, not the pleasant ocean, soft quiet I had dreamed of when I bought the villa, but a tense, almost wounded stillness, the kind that comes after too much shouting, too many whispered complaints, and too many people realizing the world does not revolve around them. The family who had arrived like a hurricane now drifted around the villa, like ghosts, sleep-deprived ghosts, frustrated ghosts, ghosts who had discovered that entitlement cannot heat a cold pool or reduce kitchen use fees. They had spent 4 days learning a new concept. Asterisk asterisk actions have consequences. Asterisk asterisk, but the lesson wasn't complete. Not yet. My plan had one final, perfect movement, the crescendo before the silence. Hash hash asterisk asterisk, the announcement asterisk asterisk. I called everyone to the living room. It took a while. Some shuffled in wearing rumpled clothes. Others glared at me as if glaring could undo the rules they had agreed to. Thomas arrived last, eyes red, hair a mess, jaw tight. 15 people filled the room, but not one of them dared sit. Not after the last time someone misplaced a cushion and I added a furniture disturbance fee to the clipboard. When the room finally settled, I spoke. I have an important announcement. A cousin groaned. Another muttered, What now? Thomas crossed his arms. Can this wait? We're planning to go to the beach today. Actually, I said gently, you won't have time for that. The room tensed. My daughter looked up from where she sat on the edge of the sofa, uncertain. Why? She asked softly. I reached into a drawer and pulled out a crisp, official-looking envelope. I've rented the villa, I said calmly. Their faces flickered with confusion. For what? Someone asked for tourists, I replied. A group from Austria, family of 6, paying full price. They booked months ago. Thomas frowned. What does that have to do with us? I met his eyes steadily. You all need to leave, I said today. In about, I checked the clock, 90 minutes. The silence was instant, complete, sharp enough to cut. Then, predictably, it shattered. What? You're joking. We came all this way. You can't do that. This is insane. The whining rose like a badly conducted orchestra. I let it play a moment, then I tapped the contract. Clause 8, I said, the owner reserves the right to terminate the stay at any time, with no refund if house rules are violated. My daughter's eyes widened. Her hand flew to her mouth. You planned this, she whispered. It wasn't an accusation. It was a dawning realization. Yes, I said, I planned all of it. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. The resistance asterisk asterisk Thomas pushed forward, trying, and failing, to reclaim dominance. You can't do this, he snapped. We're family. And you treated me, I said quietly, like a hotel janitor. He opened his mouth, but for once, no words came. His mother stepped up. We'll clean, we'll behave, we'll be quieter, I swear. I lifted a hand. I'm sure you would, but it's too late. Dad, my daughter whispered. Can't you reconsider? Maybe give them one more chance. I turned toward her gently. You haven't broken any rules. You and the children may stay, but you know as well as I do, they cannot. She hesitated, torn between loyalty and truth. I saw the camera footage. She said finally, her voice cracked. I saw everything. They disrespected you. They disrespected your home. They disrespected me. Her eyes filled with tears. And then she said the words that hit Thomas like a brick. I'm not staying with him. A few cousins muttered, "Oh, damn," under their breath. Thomas turned toward her, panicked. What are you talking about? We came here as a family. And you humiliated me. She snapped. You humiliate everyone. You think you can shout and demand and bully your way through life. But Dad isn't like your parents. He's not afraid of you. Thomas's mouth opened and closed, but no sound came out. For the first time since I'd known him, Thomas looked small. #****, the exit ****, with 90 minutes ticking away. They scrambled to pack. Arguments broke out. Suitcases slammed. Someone tripped over a cooler they had smuggled in. Two cousins fought over whose fault it was that they had signed the contract without reading it. But the moment that struck me most was this. My grandson, age 7, walked up to me and whispered, "Grandpa, I'm glad you made them go. They were being mean." I knelt down, kissed his forehead, and hugged him. Sometimes, I said, people need to face consequences to become better. He nodded with the seriousness of a wise old man, trapped in a small boy's body. By the time the 90 minutes ended, they were all dragging themselves out the door, exhausted, ashamed, and angrier at each other than at me. Thomas stopped on the porch. He didn't look victorious anymore. He looked hollow. Are you really doing this? He asked, voice thin. I am. I said, you won't treat me like a doormat again. He swallowed hard. My daughter stepped beside me. I'll talk to you later, she said coldly to him. Not today. He left without another word. The caravan of cars rumbled down the road, disappearing one by one. And with each engine fading, the air grew lighter, calmer, mine again. The peace after the storm, The villa fell quiet, the kind of quiet I had dreamed of, the kind of quiet that tasted like freedom. I walked into the kitchen, made myself a fresh cup of coffee, and carried it to the terrace. The ocean stretched endlessly before me. The sky glowed soft gold. Seagulls glided in lazy arcs, unbothered, free. My daughter joined me after a moment. She didn't speak. She just leaned her head on my shoulder. I'm proud of you, she said finally. I kissed her hair. I'm proud of you too. Are you angry at me? She whispered, at you, never. We sat for a long time without words, letting the breeze carry away the last pieces of chaos her husband's family had left behind. Eventually she sighed. I think this marriage needs a real conversation. I nodded, and when you're ready, I'll be here, but this time you won't fight alone. She squeezed my hand. The ocean roared softly in the background, steady, ancient, patient. For the first time since buying the villa, I felt something deep settle inside me, not just peace, power. The quiet kind. The earned kind. And in that moment, as the sunlight warmed my skin, and the villa finally felt like home, I knew one truth as clearly as the horizon. Sweet revenge doesn't destroy peace. It restores it,